Hi, I will show you now how to model the part from the chapter 13. So we will model assembly and we will generate this cam, and we will also play a little bit with drive constraint option. We used that before. So basically we will start making a cam case file. So create the part, save it as a cam case problem 13, your name and the name of the course. So we will do this 2D sketch. I will again select XY plane, and I like to use coordinate system indicator. So here again, we have two rectangular shape. So one is 3.250, and the other one is 1. Middle mouse click twice. And I just like to cut. I mean, you can draw lines as well. To me, it's just easy to use the trim command. So you see, I hold my left mouse click and I go everywhere around wherever you don't need these extra lines. And that's how you can make sure you have the part. So you see, I make sure I cut everything, escape, and then I go move everything. So basically, or you can just draw lines around. You will get the same result. It doesn't matter what was the way, as long as the result is the same. So, and then I have to measure here 0.25, and then here 1 for this. So you see here, the way they dimension is what they can actually measure with the caliper. So when you put dimensions in your drawing, I mean, here it doesn't matter when it's 2D sketch, but make sure they're evenly spaced out. I'm doing escape. When I go to the number, I can move it. Escape. I go to the number, I can easily move it. So, make sure they're like equally spaced, or they're in the middle. I mean, here it doesn't matter. I just want to show you how you can move them around. So this is something I need to extrude. So we will extrude this by 1. Middle mouse click twice. I will extrude by 1 inch. That's it. Now we will do the fillet. So fillet will be half of this 1 inch, 0.5. And then we will select this edge and that edge. And you see, in this way, we have nice 2 edges. It's like we did half circle there. Okay, so now they want us to rotate to pick this surface from the other side. So then in this surface, we will draw something. Start 2D sketch, draw, and look, we can draw a circle somewhere, who knows where, and then we can use this constraint, which is called concentric, and then I basically click on circle and this arc, and then, location of the circle is fully defined. And then dimension this circle by 0.25. And you also escape, click escape, and we can convert this to something we're not using, you see, by selecting yellow and selecting this. Because anytime you put two things together in a constraint, that means that you're using the other one for information. That's why it became like that. So now we finish, and now we will extrude this circle by 0.75 inches. So I'm at the page 13.4 in your book, 0.75 inches. And then we will start another sketch in this plane. We will draw a circle there. So you see, I can draw a tiny, small circle there. It doesn't matter. I will, when you add dimensions, you will fix it. So you see, if one dimension is 0.375, and then we can change diameter to be 0.5, and then I would change this dimension from here. Okay, escape if you're not getting what you're expecting, just say escape, and I want a dimension from that line to the center of my dimension. That will be 0.5. So you see that circle will be where it's supposed to be. I have still these two yellow lines. So I would say escape, and I can click on the yellow line, switch it to construction, or you can do right click and you also have construction there. So, whatever method you do. So just make sure you do escape so you're not selecting the same thing twice. Otherwise, I'm removing construction, then I'm changing it. Let me just see if the whole is good. Yeah, finish. And now we will do cut. So basically I'm switching from Boolean operation join to Boolean operation cut, and I will switch to through all. So basically a whole distance of 1 inch. Let me see, is that through all or it's 1 inch? So I'm going to inspect measure, go from here to here just to see 1 inch. Okay. So they're telling you put 1 inch, you can put 1 inch, or you can say through all, whatever you want, as long as we have the same result. So I'm doing extrude. So cut, I can put 1 inch like they did, but through all will give you the same result. Look, you can see through it. So basically, this is our cam case part. And again, I really like show you how to change colors. So you see, we're on the color wheel. We can double click again, and then where you see color here, you can pick anything. And if you go define custom color, you can put any color that you have here. So, or you can even type red, green, and blue if you know. And you can say add to custom color. So you see my custom color is there. Okay. Okie dokie. So now that part is done. You can say save. You can say file, export, PDF. And this is I call it 3D view. I know some of you are saving the 3D PDF, but this is just like how I see it in 3D space. It's not actually 3D PDF. It's just 3D view of the part. And then if you want to do quick drawing of this part, you will again do standard, and this is small one, so please always change sheet to something smaller because you will see lines better. So make sure you switch to B, let's say. You see how this is getting better, and then maybe try flipping it around. So let's see if this size will be good, and then I will add projected view from here there. That one will be good. And one more on the side. Oops, escape. So projected from here, there. Yes. You might even add one in the back for this one. So let me see. I think there's enough space to do one more view. So I'm saying projected here so we can see the circle. So dimensioning always starts with whatever you have circles. Make sure you put all these center lines. That's first step. You can do the big one, small one, and then whatever you have symmetrical things, you can do this by sector, or you can do this center line. So if I do by sector, you see whatever I have two things, we'll put it in the middle, and maybe it's easier to work with this one. Here, it will just put it on top of the other one. You see how it looks more ready for dimensioning and for dimensioning. So the big ones, I don't know, we can put big one maybe here because I see the whole line. Let me see here, like what's my maximum size? Make sure you have all three. Maybe we can put one here and another one maybe here. So see it this way, I have my maximum size. Then I need all the circles. So see, I have one circle here, one circle there. And also I need to know where my circles are. So for this circle, I can add it here, wherever I see a circle. For the other one, I don't need to add it because I know this one will give me 0.5 here and 0.5. I mean, you can add here this information and that's it. For this circle, I need to say how high is it because, and I think I need to change precision because 63, it's probably 0.625. So I go into manage styles editor and I'm going to change my dimension. So here, precision to 3.123. 7 close. You see now it's 3. And I think I pretty much defined, well, I need to define height of this. I mean, maybe it's obvious that it's going up there, but maybe it's not. So Yeah, this is here. So, and this one is missing. So you see everywhere where this rectangular shape is missing, it's good that I define. And I think I'm missing an axis because this is here cylindrical. So you have to add one here as well. So basically this will be your 2D drawing for this part. You can leave the same file. And then of course at the end we will add information in our, so part number in this case will be 6.1 because oh, I'm sorry, 13, chapter 13, part 1, let's say, companies ODU. I mean, if you change this, I can see you know how to edit your, and this is cam case. Cam case. You can put your name, so you know, with this, you show me how you can edit table. I see some of you didn't put that for homework. That's all I need for your drawing. You can also have different template for this. So this is our engineering drawing. If you get confused with 3D, 2D, this is engineering drawing. The other thing we call a 3D model. Okay, save. That's it for the first part. So the second one, let me see how they call it. They call it lifter. So I'm just going to create another part. Standard, create. It's just 2 cylinders basically. So I would do one circle in XY plane. So let me see, circle. Dimension is, okay, this one is 0. Bigger one is 0.625. Finish. Extrude by 0.125. And we're doing another one, another circle here that I will dimension by 0.5, and we extrude that by 1 inch. That's everything you need to do for this part. And let's again try to change color. So we're going again to the color. Just going there. This is most likely some kind of standard part, so I will not be creating drawing for that. I just want to do another custom color. Oh no, something in other range. Add custom color. There you go. Save. So this is what they say. It's lifter. It's on the page 13.6, lifter. There you go. Middle mouse click twice. You can also save this as a PDF. You can also create a drawing for it. I don't have to show you every single step. Now I think you're good to create your own drawings. Save. We have so far these two. So next one will be big, we create new assembly drawing. So we will do standard. So assembly drawing, save as, make sure you're in the 13, problem 13 or something. So we will have now assembly panel, and we would like to place cam case and the lifter place, and we're going to the whatever folder we have this. You can switch here to large icons so you can see what we're putting inside. So basically we're putting a cam case. And every time you put the first part, you can always and do escape. Otherwise, it will give you multiple. And I'm going to the view, visual style shaded with edges, and you can say right click and you can say grounded for the first part. That's always good. And then so you can see how many degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom disappear when you say grounded. That's basically what we mean by that. Every free body has 6 degree of freedom. So let's see, Control Shift D, Control Shift, what is it? Control Shift E. Okay, Control Shift E right now. That activates that. Okay, I think each one of these have some kind of shortcut. And now we will add another part, which will be place lifter problem. We'll just put it there. Say okay. And now we will add constraint. All you have to do is just select, somewhere where you select where you see cylindrical surface. So that will select the axis where you see cylindrical surface. So what we removed that body of, but this still can go like this, and I can still rotate it. You wouldn't see it because we don't have anything on it, but we just know that axes are matching. We don't really know how it's this rotated or where it's on the x-axis. So we can still flip it around. X, we have one rotation and we have one linear, so 2 degrees of freedom so far. So now I'd like to show you how you can use design portion. There's a whole different beautiful things here in Inventor that you can do in the design. And one of them is a disk cam. So basically, if you go to the design and you will go to click here on the design cam, you see you have linear, cylindrical, and disk. So we will go to the disk and you have this cam component generator option that you have turned on, and highlight wherever you have roller radius, and can you put there 2, and let's say preview. You see you have here some information. What do we have there? Like 2 different radiuses. So you see roller is 2, roller radius is 2. You can type IN just if you're not sure which units you have. So, and here you have some information about it, and then you can say calculate. You see some things there moved, changed, and then we can say okay, and we basically make our own other part, which is called disk cam. It will be saved in the problem 13 assembly. Yes, that's actually what we want. We can put it outside, and this will be another part which we can edit separately. So if I go and look, I can go here, edit using Design Accelerator to change some values that I did, or I can say open, and then maybe I can change color, for example, that I did previously for these other ones. So if I click there, you see material is stainless steel. I mean, that's okay. You can change that material to something else if you want, or you can just keep it like it is. So that's basically that. So the screen looks like that. I mean, I already went inside editing the cam. I said right click open. So you see I can close. So you can do it in 2 different ways, or you can just click here left, and I'm into the editing mode. So you see I'm no longer doing assembly. You see 3D model, sketch, annotate. This is all generic part, but I'm still in assembly. So there are 2 ways. You can just open it completely separately, or you can stay within the assembly and you see everything like this. So basically my working part is my cam. So they want us to do a new sketch in the cam, so we will do new sketch. And if it's not oriented like this, I will go wherever I see this compass and just flip around until I'm looking at it the same way as my drawing is showing. So it's on my picture 1315, and over there we would design something, basically a combination of rectangular shape and a circle. So let's do a circle first, because they want circle to be wherever this is, and that would be 0.25, 0.25. Okay, and then we do rectangular shape. But before I do rectangular shape, I really like to prep. Basically, I can put the construction line, and I like this to be symmetric, and then turn off construction line and make rectangular shape, and make it so it's not symmetric. And then when I do symmetry left, right, and middle, I know for sure that this thing will be nice and symmetric, if that's what I'm looking for in this case. So you see it is, because they're dimensioning twice, 0.75, and I can just dimension 1 time, and now I don't have to do it 2 times. Oh, 0.075. See, no, but it's parametric and we can change it anytime. So you see here, 0.188. There you go. So, and you know, really, when I want to extrude, I don't even need to cut this. Let me show you. I mean, easiest would be to cut, but I can even extrude with this. So look, I can show you that. So if I do extrude, you just have to select three times, you see. But you can extrude without even finishing trimming. And then I will switch this to cut through all, and basically I will have that cut. So you see, in the same way I have all the dimensions that I was looking for, but the cut is there. The other way is like I will go and clean that up. If you really don't like this looking like this, you can just say, okay, no problem. I'm trimming, but you might have an error because after I finish this, I did extrude. So it might tell me complaint, but here it figured it out. So you see my cam now has this small gap. So, and if you say return, we're going back to assembly. So you see right now we're in assembly. So let's say they have this turned this way. And then this thing we can always move. If we go to assembly, you can go free move and you can put the cam, whatever their cam is, maybe more like that. Because this one is still free in space. So you see, I'm turning off free move, or you just say escape. So now they want us to constrain to put this cam. Let me see. Okay, so now it's how they put it like this. And the cam. So they want this axis to go on this axis. So yeah, that's basically it. But that's constraining it. It's on the axis, but it doesn't tell me how far it goes, where it goes. So they want to do 0.125 offset in between two planes, in between. So we would say constrain. And you see this mate, and they will be facing each other. So I will leave that in this kind of solution, in mate solution. So we will select this plane and the other plane like that one. So you see there's a little bit of offset there. It's not completely one on the other. So remember, that's just, I didn't change anything else other than make sure that the mate is there, and this type mate 0.125. So we can rotate. Let me see. We don't even have to use rotate. This will rotate as it is because it's still not constrained fully. You see? So they're saying rotate this like that somehow. Okay. There. So they say they want another constraint. Okay, we will add another constraint and we will do the tangent constraint. And then probably they want this cylindrical shape, this surface, to be touching this surface. Okay. And now make sure you use this one here. Apply. And let's see, what do we have now if we rotate? Yeah, you see now that thing goes around. So right now these two are together. Woohoo, that works. So now the last step we will do is probably using Drive to simulate this. Okay, so next one will be we'll be adding the angle. But for the angle, we need to know what angle are we looking at. So let's see. So, okay, I'm going to the disk and let's say the origin, not this one, this one. They want this one to rotate. So I'm going to make it visible. I think it's easier, that one. I think, let me see. And let me see, use the zoom on the key slot, left click on the back inside of the key slot as shown there. So, okay, I'm just making it so they want this inside one. So if I say constraint, and we're saying angle. I mean, they want this one. So it's parallel to the plane I selected. They want to select that one, and they want to select that one. But honestly, it's the same if I would select this plane that I show you in this, because they're in this parallel, well, almost. So you see, they want these two, and that will be the angle. And I like to change angle to 10 at least, so I know which one is there when it shows up. And make sure you have a first one, like there, you see. So I put 10 just so I know where it shows up here, which one is it, okay? Because I can change, yeah, this one. So that's my driving angle. See if I put 0 back. And the last one, last step will be, we go there and say drive, and then put this to 360,000. 360,000. 360,000 and say play. Oh, where did it go? Drive. And we can say, okay, let me move it around. I will leave this plane just so you can see how it rotates. I will remove it later. Look, play. You see how it goes around? So we're basically making our animation. And if you don't want to see this, you can easily hide visibility, make, however you like this to look. Maybe some of your favorite, zoom in, or maybe go to the home. Yeah, there, I don't know. What will we see? Let's check. So we say drive. And if you don't like the home, you can try clicking in these corners until you get some better view. You see, I'm looking different corners around. Just want to show you, if you really want to orient it some way. Let's say this one, I don't know. So we say drive, and we say here record, and then we hit play. So you see, I can put problem 13 video, and let's go. Okay. Between, okay, we select something smaller and we run it. And then you wait until this finishes. So, it's now recording the video about this. I don't know if that's pretty much it. So you see, in this way, we played. So, and there's also multiple other settings. So you see, you have a little bit more advanced settings on the page 26 and 27. You can change steps. It might run forever, who knows? So if I hit escape, I should get out of it. So I'm going back to modify. Now like left, and then here in more settings, oh, I'm sorry, right click drive, right click modify. Now it's still going on. Oh, it's there. It went down. Okay. So now you go, you want to change maybe this 1 degree to 10 degrees, so it goes a little bit faster. You can put here start end, and you can say start and end in 1 revolution. And you can also use zoom to do the pan to go a little bit off slide. Okay. There. Okay. So when I play, you see that's the speed. And you can also say stop. You can go back to the specific moment, try again. You can rewind, go backwards. When you go a little bit back, go forward, you see, you can investigate what's going on. So sometimes when we design assembly, we need to know what is going on in some specific step, what is hitting what. So this is good to analyze stuff like that. So, and also we can try recording this again. So if I play, okay, I can small, stop, so I can record. Yes, I want to replace, and I'm going okay. And I can hit recording, and you see now it's a little bit faster. And you wait until it's done, basically. That will be your other video. And if you can also submit this with a homework as well. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.